I was staying at my friend's place for the weekend. She was away on a trip with her family, but she had a small cat that was afraid of thunderstorms, and this weekend we were supposed to get a really bad storm. Her cat was very independent though, usually just sitting alone in whichever room she felt like. It started storming.
Bro, I don't like cats, bro. Put in the comments, bro, if you like cats, bro.
The day before my friend left, and it continued throughout the whole weekend. This was on Saturday. I had spent the night there with no issues at all. Her cat, Molly, did fine with the storm. That morning, I enjoyed relaxing on her comfy couch and reading. I always loved staying at my friend's place because it
Okay, she at her friend's place. Okay. Cause I was just about to say, like, man, where is she? Like, who crib? Like, I'm like, okay, is this her crib or like?
was out in the woods. It felt so isolated and peaceful. Midway through,
Come on, but your crib is it like it's a good size, right? But it's surrounded by woods, bro. It's gonna be a pound of animals out there, bro. It's gonna be a bunch of animals out there, bro.
the day though, a call came in on the home phone. This was back when those were a common thing. I checked in case it was her trying to reach me, but it said unknown number, so I didn't answer. But a few minutes later, a call came through again. It said the same thing, unknown number. It rang out, but
I ain't gonna lie, having a phone like that, bro, would low key like be annoying, bro. Just for it to keep calling and you can't block because you got option back SOS. I'm just hitting SOS off the back.
this time a voice came through on the answering machine. It was a quiet male voice. They just said one word, my friend's name, as if asking if she could hear him. He then hung up after a couple seconds of
Stalker.
silence. I didn't know if this was someone she was talking to, or like a family member or something, so I just texted her to let her know that someone called the home phone. I did find it strange that it came up as an unknown caller though. Over the next 3 hours, 2 more calls came in from that
There's no way you're reading the last 3 hours, bruh. There's no way you're sitting there reading for over. Come on.
same number, but no more voice messages. My friend never responded either. I guess they were pretty busy. I didn't worry myself about it though. I figured it was nothing. I made food and really spent the rest of the day not doing much of anything. Later, say around 8 or 9, I found a movie to watch upstairs in the bedroom. I got about halfway
That's where I'm at.
through it before remembering to check on Molly and make sure she had
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like cats anyway, so. But usually cats, like, they're very, discreet and just out the way. So I doubt that, the cat is into something like a dog or something. Like a dog be biting cords and.
food and water. I went downstairs, but was confused to see her standing right at the front door, staring at the crack in the doorway, like she was waiting for it to open. I called her name, and she looked at me, but only for a moment before looking back at the door. It kind of creeped me out, if I'm being honest. I walked
That's creepy. That is creepy, bruh. Yeah, bruh.
up to the door and hesitantly looked out the peephole at the porch. The glass had fogged up from all the rain, so everything was blurry and I couldn't really make out anything. But then something moved, enough for me to tell there was something, or someone, standing on the other side of the porch.
Dude, her neck is long, bro. Her neck is long. Look at this clock.
I felt a little unsettled, but I continued to watch, trying to get a clearer view of what I was seeing. I really wanted to know for sure if there was someone out there, but I also didn't want to open the door if there was
Bruh, you shouldn't even be considering opening the door. There's no way you should be considering opening up the door. Come on, you just seen someone there. What Corey Kent just say? Go grab the shotgun.
Someone there. 2 to 3 minutes.
Bruh. 2 eyelashes, bruh. Come on, man.
Minutes went by without any changes in what I could see. I thought I was just scaring myself for no reason. After all, if someone was out there, they would have knocked on the door by now.
Unless they're trying to figure out a way that they can get in secretly. You know?
I left the door to go check on Molly's food and water, and grab myself some snacks for the movie.
Oh, she low-key look. Let me get back on the video. She low-key look a little
When I
strapped.
passed by the door again, Molly wasn't there anymore. I looked out just to double check, and something looked different. It was still fogged up and blurry, but one of the shapes I saw wasn't there anymore, like it just disappeared.
She said one of the shapes or the shades. I'm lost right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Was there really someone standing
I ain't gonna lie. She got a good player build though. She got a real good player build.
there the whole time? Feeling off about everything, I picked Molly up and brought her to the bedroom with me. I turned the movie back on.
You should have just let her like kinda. She's not in scarcity mode, so she not really on defense right now. But then again, she really should, because it's a dude outside looking in. So it's like you should just let the cat kind of like be your compass and let the cat guide you to where the person is potentially at and stuff like that.
And sat on the bed. The whole time the movie was playing, I couldn't shake a really unsettling feeling I had. 30 minutes went by, when suddenly Molly jumped off the bed and walked up to the bedroom door. She didn't scratch at it, or look back at me like she wanted to go out. She just stared at the crack in the doorway, exactly the same as she did at the front door, like someone was out there. My heart immediately started racing. I called her name in a shaky voice, but her focus was locked on the door. I got up from the bed and quietly walked over, then leaned my ear against the door. I couldn't hear anything. I then crouched down and peered under the crack between the floor. My whole body aggressively shot back. There was someone standing right outside the door, just a couple inches away. My eyes immediately looked at the doorknob. I had never even locked it. I snapped the lock down, and almost right away, the person on the other side ran away from the door. They went downstairs, where I could no longer hear anything. I called 911, then called my friend.
I know he escaped. He escaped.
By the time cops got there, the house was empty and nobody was around. With all the information, it seemed that the intruder was likely a stalker, probably the same one who kept calling. So they tried to trace the phone number, but had no luck. It was pretty much left at that. I feel bad for my friend, because whoever that man was, he was definitely stalking her and not me. I don't know if it was just a coincidence that they showed up during the weekend she was gone, or if they were trying to break into what they thought would be an empty home. After all, I never answered the phone, so they probably were confident the house was empty. Maybe they were planning to wait and catch her off guard when she eventually got back from vacation. We never found out who they were or what they were doing.
Be careful out there, y'all. Hold on. We gonna make this just the first video, and then we gonna make this the first video, and we gonna make the second part that they about to enter into. We gonna make that the second video.